Greetings, community. Greetings. It's your girl, Kim Sue, and I'm coming in on this fabulous Tuesday to walk and talk with you. So let's talk about a few things today as I get my movement on. Every day, I find a way to get some movement, and I love to bring my community with me. One, as my security, you guys are like my eyes behind me, you know what I'm saying? And also, two, just to bring in good energy in the day. We are programmed to so much output and information. I just would like to encourage and empower the community at any point that I can. I would want to do so because if it wasn't for the masters before us that took time to pour into us and took time to leave books and videos and PDFs and all of these recordings of things that impacted their lives and things that they grew through and things that gave them clarity, if they weren't sharing and if they didn't leave us any clear information, we wouldn't even know how to proceed in our living. So as a master myself, I wanted to come in and do my part because one of the things that we don't think about a lot is what if we don't say it and what if somebody needs the information. There are days where I sit and I'm filled. When I say my cup is full with invaluable information that I asked Holy Spirit for, and I always get my uploads, always. No information is without reach. All information is attainable. When I say all information, I mean all information is attainable. And I would like to say that whatever it is you would like to know about yourself, you can ask yourself. You will get the correct answer, I promise you. And most of the times, we as humans, we don't like the answers that we get about ourselves from ourselves. We don't like it. We don't like to know the innermost depths of ourselves sometimes because of how we've lived on this earth. And we assume, I am saying that we assume that our closets are messier than other people's closets. But I'll tell you what, because you've never gone in deep within the mental, because we have never gone into the subconscious of each other. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Because we've never gone into the subconscious of each other, we don't know what each other's innermost thoughts are really like. And the clairvoyant folks and the people that listen on the wind and the people that have turned in, tapped in, and tuned in enough to the frequency to listen, they are not bothered by who you were. It's most important who you become and who you are being in your present state. This is what I think trips us up as humans, is the obsessions with yesteryear and yesterday. And so we find ourselves bringing in yesterdays into today's. I even saw that for myself last week. Labor Day weekend was a whole weekend ago. And I woke up and my mind was still talking about the weekend. And not in a celebratory way, in an analytic way. Like, what did happen? What did... And I was like, well, this is interesting. And because that is not a normal occurrence for me, I knew for sure it was happening in the community. It was a vibe, a vibration. You know what I'm saying? And so I decided I will come in and spend time with the community and empower them in case some entity in the mind is trying to draw them backwards, bring them into a backward spiral, bring them into a conversation that they had already grown up out of, you know? And sometimes we grow out of these situations, and because we keep familiar people around us, we don't get out of the environments where those things can reoccur. And let me simplify, because sometimes I speak so general, right? It can take the mind in several ways. So let me simplify what I'm speaking about. When we are channeling ourselves and securing our mental states, it's great to see it because most times we are so in tune with ourselves, and we're really staying on top of our own discoveries about ourselves. And some of us have even gotten to the point where we don't judge ourselves anymore for things that occur or for how life is just showing up. Life is lifing, right? Okay. There's an additional clarity that can be had. There's an additional freedom in the mind available. And I don't know if it's spoken about, doesn't matter. Today's another great day to remind you that part of the freedom is changing the entire environment. Changing the entire environment could mean changing the people in the environment, changing your actual presence there. And what I believe will happen from that is you'll have a change in state of mind. Well, that's what happened for me. So each time I was blessed enough to move into another environment, I was gifted a change of mind, change of state, brand new way to see things, a clearer vision, I could say, to be more accurate, to be more honest. And I'm walking up a very big hill. Yeah, y'all don't know, but I'm walking up this hill. But anyway, the reason I want to talk about this is because I have moved so many times, and I used to talk to myself about that. Like, why do you move so much? One, I love newness. I am a change fanatic, change agent. I love change. I'll change anything in a moment. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's not so good. Okay? And what I have benefited from is the ability to see what's new in a new state. Not state, like New York, New Jersey, PA. Not like that. State of mind. State of environment. Status even. Of what I can accomplish that's brand new. New opportunities that I hadn't seen before. New ideas. New ways to pivot and make shifts. Things like that. Those are optimal ways to create your own shift, your own paradigm, and also to create a new way of thinking for yourself. Because one of the things folks assume, well, I'm just putting it out there because I don't know, but it could be an assumption that you can work really hard on yourself and don't change your environment. It won't work. If you were in a toxic situation, toxic environment, and you did all of the work on yourself to clear your mind and to free yourself, you're not totally free until you change the entire location, the entire environment. You're not totally free. Okay? And that's fine, because here's what's the gift. The gift is we still have an opportunity to speak. We still have an opportunity to get brand new information. We still have an opportunity to tweak what we already know. And we don't have to stay stuck in anyone knowing. How beautiful is that, right? Meaning that you can definitely see where you are now and say consciously in the present, I like what I'm seeing. I like what I have. I'll have more of it. Or you can say, I don't like what I'm seeing. It will change out now. And keep your thoughts on how perfect the brand new changes will be. And have that. So many people are talking about it, right? Yes, I know. So many people are gabbing about manifest this, manifest that. Watch the way how you speak. Speak words that empower you. Speak positive language. Think positive thoughts. Think the best about yourself. So many people are chanting it. There must be something about that chant, about that mantra for you, especially if you keep hearing it, must be for you. And all I'm saying is, if it is for you, go ahead and bask in it. Bask in all of it. Because don't assume that these days and these nights that you are gifted, that they are for naught. One, you're being tested in every moment about your choices, about your thoughts, about your actions, right? And two, the world is turning with or without your participation. That's another key there too, right? With or without your participation, the world is turning. And I would say you don't have to do anything. You don't. The world will continue to turn. Whether you do something or not, the world will turn. I'm just here to encourage you to participate in your own life and to be about your own life and to think about who you are here. You know, I have tons of testimonies for myself about how I transcended different states, different states of living here on earth, and how I just got through and keep getting through. And one of the things I came to for myself is that what does it matter if I tell folks all the time how many times I've gotten through and how easy it is to get through? Because unless they see themselves as someone that's moving through, all of the things that I say would just be things I say. It'll just be more conversation for my community to just hear. So I am more interested in encouraging what you already know that is true about you, and to encourage what you already think about yourself, how you already speak about yourself, how you already participate in your own life and say what matters and what does not matter. These are the things that I am excited to do, to come in and to encourage my community, right? As I'm walking, I'm observing several things because walking gives you perspective, man. Walking gives you lenses that you didn't even think of yourself as a priority, you know? And you never know what you will see as you're walking these beautiful, beautiful streets. But anyway, let me get back on task. So back to choosing your best self, back to relating to yourself as the best person to relate to. And someone, I can't remember who, was saying that it might seem like you're conceited, or it might seem like you're too confident about yourself, or it might seem like you just take great stock in yourself. It might seem like all those things, but nobody cares about what it seems like. It's what it is. What it is way more invaluable, way more important, and worth the conversation. What is it for you? What is it for you might not be what it is for me, right? So I want to say this to you guys. definitely take some time with yourself, no matter how hectic life is. You know how many people tell me I can't really do the work I want to do on myself because I have to go to work. I can't really do the work I want to do on myself because I have to take care of my kids. I can't really do the work I want to do on myself because I'm married. I can't really do the work I want to do on myself because I can't really do the work I want to do on myself because I hear that all day long. I had to disassociate myself from folks that are too busy for themselves. I had to forget about them. The reason why is because they forgot about themselves. What am I doing trying to remember them for them when they are okay with forgetting about themselves? So I forgot about them too. And the rest of their communities forgot about them also because they are not a priority to themselves. And when you're not a priority to yourself, it is ludicrous to ask people to make you a priority. Let me tell you, folks want to date, they want to be in relationships, they want to have people care about them and have people invest their time in them. And guess what they won't do for themselves? They won't invest time in their health. They won't invest time in their conversations. They won't invest time in their adventures. They won't invest time in the way they treat themselves, in the way they eat. They won't invest any time or thoughts into themselves. And then they would pine away for someone to come in and under that situation and want to be with them and invest time with them and want to, you know, love on them authentically. And ain't nothing wrong with authentic love when you're in an unhealed state. Like Tyrese was saying, the best thing to heal a broken heart is some love, right? The situation for me that I see reoccurring is that a lot of folks are not healed. That's fine. And they're asking for what they won't give themselves. That's the issue. You won't give it to yourself. You won't treat yourself well. You won't treat yourself the absolute best. But you will ask a fellow human to treat you the absolute best. It's ludicrous. Why are you asking for someone to treat you well when you won't even do it to yourself, for yourself? That's what makes it crazy. That's where heartbreak comes in. That's where disappointment comes in. That's where that conversation of trust starts to kick up. That's where all of the insecurities within the relationship, it could be friendship, familyship, a romantic relationship, any of the related relationship where you have to relate to one another. If you're not willing to do the I'm going to treat me better work, I'm going to mind the business of me, I'm going to nurture the relationship with myself, if you're not going to do it, then step aside and let people be free. Let the people be free. And you go be free as well. I totally understand that there are predators and there are preys that are available. There are people who just really need a predator to come and get them. They just do. And don't go wasting your time feeling bad for people, sad, and oh, poor this one, poor. And that's ludicrous thoughts you're having of God's creation. They choose, every creation chooses their outcome. They choose the setup. They think about it. They know what will happen. They don't want to tell you, and that's fine. We want to definitely make it so that whether they choose to say, I like this bummy way life is, or I like complaining every day about how life is and doing nothing to change it. Whether they say it to you or not, After 13 years, you can see for yourself. After 7 years, you can see for yourself what they were willing to change for on their own behalf and what they were not. And it is crazy, my fellow humans, that you assume that because someone is in a crappy situation, according to your observation, their situation is crappy. According to you. Okay, so according to your observation, someone's life is crappy or not well balanced or they don't look mentally together. All of the things that you convince yourself over in your own mind, none of it has to be true until you make a phone call and you call and you ask your fellow human, hey, what's going on over there with you? Until you do it, all of your assumptions is just assumptions about your folks, okay? And it doesn't mean that any of it is correct until you make a phone call. That's all I gotta say about that. And most times, people don't want a phone call anymore. They would just like a text. They would just like a text, hey, how you doing? You're still alive? Yes. End of story. People that want to be around you, they come and they be around you. Folks that don't want to be around you, they are not around you. People that want to call you, pick up the phone, they call you. People that do not want to call you just will not call you. And life is that simple. Really stop investing any thoughts in humans that are not investing any thoughts in you. I think that's the best advice I could actually give today is life is reciprocal. Just as you give it, you get it. The same way you think about it is the same way to manifest. The same way you put it out is the same way it's coming back. So think more about your output, more about your thoughts, more about you on the whole, so you can build up your God self, build up your relationship with your God that's driving you, that's showing you. Even though that voice is so low, it's a very low voice, but you can still hear it. You just have to get out of the noise. Your God is always speaking to you inside of you. I think the majority of humans are alive because, they do listen to God sometimes. Wow, it's so beautiful. I tell you, I see the most beautiful things. Trees and plants will take my attention anytime, okay, guys? So anytime you just see me veer off, it's because I saw the most gorgeous tree or the most gorgeous flower or, so those are my shiny things. Nature, Mother Nature is always popping up with something real eclectic for me to be like, oh my God, I didn't know that was created. Anyway, but that's just the wave I'm on. I'm on seeing everything God created before I leave out of here. And there's a lot. And, I'm here for it though. I'm also really appreciative. Whew, okay. Good thing I got a chance to see what's going on. All right now. It's a little bit humid, I guess, outside. A little bit humid. Let me see which way. Let's go this way. So I want to say thank you guys because I'm down at the water where I want to be today. And I just wanted to share some walk time with you guys and some talk time. And if you take anything that I say today, please take that you are very, very important. That's why you're still here. And it doesn't matter what you have because you can get anything you want. That's the simple part, the getting. That's the simple part. The hard part is reverencing yourself. Reverencing yourself so much that you become a priority to you. That's great reverence. And also with that ability to revere yourself, it'll show you how to revere Mother Nature and how to revere the source that created it all and where your real happiness is. So take some time today. Re-listen to the video if you need to, and say to yourself, self, Kim's was saying some real interesting things about getting into me and rocking with myself more and making myself a priority more. And I want to know more about that. Ancestors, thank you for coming through and helping out with the conversation. Source, thank you for the clarity to know where to turn to and who to ask and which video to get into today. These are ways of gratitude that can really open up everything for us as humans on this fabulous earth. When I tell you this fabulous earth, and inside of this quiet acknowledgement, as soon as you make your request, please come back and give your testimony of how life changed. Please come back and give your testimony of how life changed for you, of how things worked out for you, of how you got into yourself and everything worked out so wonderful, better than you even thought it would. I love you guys. And I thank y'all. Thank y'all for listening. I thank you for authentically coming through, and for being with us, sister, today. Thank you very much. I love and I appreciate y'all. Y'all see that sky? Ain't that a beautiful sky? Milking all this heat that we're getting as much as I can. Anyway, I love y'all. See you soon. Ciao. Mwah.